WCCB News Edge with Morgan Fogarty and Rance Adams starts now.
A firestorm of gunshots at the Parliament building in Ottawa, Canada, where all of that nation's top lawmakers convene. And tonight, we're learning more about the suspect who recently converted to Islam. Combine that with a deadly vehicle attack by another Muslim convert a couple of days ago, and it's a little close for comfort. This is The Edge. I'm Rance Adams.
And I'm Morgan Fogarty. Here's what we know so far. The suspect's name is Michael Zehaf Bibo, and he was shot dead shortly after killing a soldier on guard at the Parliament building. It's not clear what the motive for the incident was, but as we said, the suspect was a recent convert to Islam, and many observers are connecting the dots that spell Islamic terrorism. Authorities have not ruled out the possibility that more people could be involved. This follows on the heels of an incident on Monday where a man authorities said was radicalized killed a Canadian soldier with his car. That man was also shot and killed. In the meantime, NORAD has upped its alert posture.
Canada has also increased its terror threat alert, but the U.S. has not. Combine that with word of another White House fence jumper tonight, and it makes you think. And so we sent our man on the edge, Robert Wilder, out to ask if the Canadian attacks make you worried about attacks on U.S. soil.
No. Right now, I think that they're trying to deter from reality, which is Ebola that's going on right now. So that's what they need to really be focusing on. So trust me, a terrorist attack I'd rather have that than Ebola.
Oh, really?
Yes, that is that serious. So, because I mean, people are dying like flies now. So.
I am actually still in college, so I think it's easy to feel safe and sheltered just being in a college community.
All right.
But becoming aware of everything that is going on in the world, I think it is an issue that we need to address. So.
Absolutely, all the time.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
You live in fear?
No, I don't live in fear. It's easier. Everything's available now, so it's just crazy how wide open everything is.
Yes, absolutely, no question. I think it's imminent. It will happen.
It will happen again?
No question, yeah.
You think we'll be ready for something like that?
I hope so. I mean, I certainly hope so. I mean, I hope that we've built up our armed forces enough that it won't be as much of an issue.
Why do you think they pick on Canada?
Because it's close to us. It's just a guess. I mean, I don't know that for sure.
Maybe they attack the innocent, so it gets our interest and piques our interest a little bit more into something that can distract us more away from the election and all the other important stuff that we've got going on right now.
Again, the question of the night, in the wake of attacks at the Canadian Parliament, how concerned are you about attacks on U.S. soil?
Now, I'm seeing a lot of stuff on Twitter, Facebook. People are saying, you know, it's about our borders are open, illegals, and stuff like that. And that is not the case, people. This situation is from someone that is within the country, that is a citizen. I've pulled some research, and it's saying that people are being recruited within the U.S., within Canada, at religious seminars, community activities. They're going to college classes and putting that out there. And the people that are being recruited are just looking for some sort of camaraderie. I mean, we heard about the girls that tried to hop a plane to go over there that were stopped. It's in the country. It has nothing to do with borders.
Well, there's been no definitive confirmation that this person was associated with ISIL. Everybody is talking about that connection because ISIL is at the forefront of the conversation right now across the globe. But you're right, Rance. If it is determined to be that he is part of ISIL or was part of ISIL, they are very skilled, far more skilled than Al-Qaeda was, and far more interested than Al-Qaeda was in using the internet to recruit people. And they can do that from where they are in the world to wherever everybody else is in the world. So yes, absolutely. In terms of should we be concerned about a terror or any attack on U.S. soil? Of
Always.
Course. But do you live your life in fear? No, because then they win. Then terrorists win.
And something to consider is even if this isn't a direct result or some sort of bonding with ISIL, ISIS, they can still use this as a way to build their brand. And if you think about it, it is a brand. It's, like you said, social networking, Twitter, Ask.fm. They're reaching out to people, and people are connecting through social media.
They are. And a lot of people are on my Facebook page saying that they are in fact concerned, and that they're ready, they're on the lookout, that it could be just a matter of time before America is attacked again.
Again, the question of the night: in the wake of attacks at the Canadian Parliament, how concerned are you about terror attacks on U.S. soil? There are plenty of topics worth a look tonight.
Reed, line things up for Edge on the Clock.
All right, guys. Well, the NCAA says 13-year-old Monet Davis, the Little League pitcher who became the first girl to ever pitch a shutout, can keep the money she got from a commercial that aired during one of the World Series during Game 1 without compromising her status as an amateur, and that is if she wants to play in college. The exception in part is because she's a girl. Is that fair?
I'm going to defer to you on this, Rance, because this is out of my realm of sports knowledge.
Well, I mean, you look at the situation now with like Todd Gurley, Jameis Winston, last year with Johnny Manziel, where they were saying they were signing jerseys for money. And in this situation, it doesn't equate. This girl is 13. There's no guarantee she's going to go to college. There's no guarantee she's even going to be offered a scholarship, although she does have 6 handles on the basketball court. Yeah. She wants to play for UConn.
And ultimately for the WNBA.
Yeah, but she's 13. Whatever. But I will say she got paid. A national commercial.
Well, Spike Jones directed it, right?
Spike Lee.
Spike Lee. Money. Okay.
Where does an 800-pound gorilla sleep? In jail, eventually. Well, actually, he was only 500 pounds, and Florida police were not able to even fit that guy right there in the squad car. In fact, it took a group of them to drag him out of the house after he sat down to resist arrest. So who does this guy belong to in jail?
I wish we had a different picture, because that one doesn't show.
It doesn't do it justice.
I think that was as wide of a zoom out as they could get on the guy.
Dude was running around, you just think Hulk smash. Can you imagine what, I just can't imagine with the domestic violence issue as it is, but 500-pound dude smacking around his lady. I don't know how big she was, but regardless, I mean, she's Morgan-sized, petite like Morgan, and
yeah,
500
petite.
pounds.
So petite.
Dude, Hulk smash.
He sat down in his house or wherever, his home, and refused to leave, and the police had to drag him out.
Wait till your little one does that. It's totally not the same, but he just said, I'm here, I'm not moving.
Not leaving.
Last story, we tried to find something better to talk about, but this thing's just blown up the internet. Renee Zellweger's face. She says she looks different because she's living a different, happy, more fulfilling life, and thrilled that perhaps it shows. Who calls shenanigans on this?
I do.
So this was one of her first public appearances in quite some time. It happened on Monday. She was photographed Monday. That's videos from Monday. Yesterday, everyone was talking about it. Today, she came out and said, this is because I'm happier now. I'm living a more peaceful life where I'm in love. She's been dating a guy for a while.
Give me a close-up.
Do you buy it?
No. Not at all.
So you think that, and there
she
are
had
also
a eyebrow lift, an eye lift.
There are doctors who've not treated her who said it looks like she's had a bunch of different things done. And there are also women in Hollywood who are coming to her defense saying, look, even if she had work done, she's part of this culture that we have, this obsession with looks, this obsession with youth, that women are not allowed to age gracefully, but men are. And if she did feel that pressure, we're continuing to pick on her about it.
Let her go, people. Just let her do her thing.
Coming up, Pee Wee Herman says he's doing it again. Plus, Toys R Us making good after breaking bad. It's pulling Walter White figurines from the shelves, but who was going to buy them in the first place?
But before that, the new hashtag action that kids hope will make their meals a little more enjoyable at school. There's much more Edge tonight. Stay with us. First Lady Michelle Obama's school lunch menu has been criticized by the usual suspects for a while, but now kids are getting all social media on it, using hashtag Thanks Obama, plus a picture of whatever measly meal they got. They're saying the food just doesn't cut it.
However, one of the arguments from one of the adults, the superintendent in some school district, said he knows that the kids are going hungry because his own kid comes home and the first thing he does is raid the fridge. Well, every kid does that when they get home from school. You could feed them a smorgasbord at school and they would still come home and raid the fridge.
They posted, some of the kids were like, oh, the food was cold and whatever, and it's like, that's school lunch, kids. It's not a matter of what.
Exactly.
She didn't do anything to make her.
It's never been that good.
Yeah. Salisbury steak. I ate hamburgers every day.
We had good French bread pizza. I remember that. Apparently, everybody is a food expert, which is what makes this Dutch YouTube video so delicious. These pranksters bought a bag full of your average McDonald's fare and diced it up to make it look a little more frou-frou. And then they served it to people at a high-end culinary expo, saying it was a new organic meal, and asked them to compare it to, say, McDonald's. Guess which one of these so-called experts, guess which one they liked better? The McDonald's or the McDonald's?
I think it was the McDonald's.
The frou-frou McDonald's.
But it's fun. You think about like how food is presented. Like if you were to have something, I was talking to Reed about it, like something you say you don't like, and then for whatever reason, but then because of sight, then you're blindfolded, and then they feed it to you, and you're like, oh, this is good, and it's like, look. So these people are just like, you dress it up nice. I mean, some of the meals I make are horrendous, but I put a little panache and some, little hot sauce.
The power of persuasion. You tell people who are at a culinary expo and who are expecting something really good that they're getting something really good, and they believe it.
Put a little Texas Pete on it. Up next on The Edge, Toys R Us is making good after Breaking Bad, and Pee-wee gears up for a new adventure. Okay, that was funny 30 years ago, but could he pull it off again? Comedian Paul Reubens says he's making a new Pee Wee Herman movie that'll start filming early next year. It would be the third. Pee Wee's Big Adventure was a hit, but the follow-up, Big Top Pee Wee, flopped.
I'm trying to do my Pee Wee Herman. I'm working on it, Perry, for you. Hey! That's not good. What is it? Do one.
I don't know. I sound like Yoda. I was never into Pee Wee, so whatever.
I used to watch Pee Wee all the time. I wasn't really into the movies. I think I liked the Big Top movie, but I watched his show all the time.
All right.
I don't know, but I say that because I guess I was a fan, but
Are you gonna go see the movie?
No, I'm not gonna go see the movie.
There you go. Moving on.
Better left in the past. Toys R Us doesn't think it can survive Christmas on Walter White alone. The chain gave in to a Florida mom's complaint about seeing collectible mini statues of Breaking Bad's meth-cooking kingpin. She says it's just not something that should be in a kid's store.
Toys R Us defended it for a hot second, saying these toys are meant for grown-ups, which made us wonder if there's anything grown-up about having toys marketed to adults.
In a way, it is, because if it's a toy that got a lot of action to it and that may stand out, if you're playing with your son or your daughter and she like how it is, you can show her how to operate it. So.
And you're talking about like one of those helicopters?
Yeah, like a helicopter or something, or one of them like gas remote control cars. A little bit of anything. Them helicopters fun. Them kids love that.
Is it grown up to own these toys?
Do you want to go on dates? I mean, if you want to go on dates, I probably think it's a little strange for adults to have like figurines. I instantly think of, what was that movie?
40-Year-Old Virgin?
40-Year-Old Virgin. Yeah, 40-Year-Old Virgin. That's what I think of when I think of adults with figurines. So
it's not grown up.
I'm an advocate of that. It's not grown up.
Yes, I believe so, because if it's geared towards adults, then it's for them, and that's something that they would be interested in, interests them. So yeah, it's an adult toy. Why not? It doesn't mean it has to go to kids. Yeah.
So what you're telling me is you have a wall full of shelves with figurines all over, Simpsons and all?
I do not, but if there were toys geared to the stuff I used to like as a kid, as like a memory, I would also like to have something like that too.
I would just like to say the second lady, all the guys on the cruise said they would give up all their toys to go on a date with her.
And that's what this has become, really, a dating service. I think it's very weird that Toys R Us would have been selling this in the store, because Toys R Us, let's be real, Toys R Us is for kids. Toys R Us is not for adults.
You remember that song? I'm a Toys R Us kid.
I'm a Toys R Us kid. Yeah. And so if they're saying, well, but this was in our adult section, I mean, how much business are you generating from the adult section? I would say most of your profit comes from kids' toys. So if you want to continue to make money, get rid of the toy, which they did.
Your adult section, I think video store.
So do I. Exactly.
There's more edge.
Leather and lace.
There's more edge, including the forecast when we come back.
But right now, it's your last chance for today's headlines. Canada still on high alert after a gunman who recently converted to Islam opened fire in the Parliament building after killing a soldier. No official word has been given on the motivation. An independent investigation into academic fraud at the University of North Carolina at Chapel Hill finds the school pushed student athletes to take phony courses intended to keep them eligible to play. And doctors no longer detect Ebola in a Texas nurse who flew to Ohio and back before she was diagnosed with the virus. And experts observing another nurse's dog says he's showing no signs either. Reg will have your last chance forecast next.